Appreciate you.
That's what's
This
up.
is an episode of Detroit Got Celebrities, and we got the game coach in the building. What's up, man?
What's up with you, fam? You all right?
Appreciate you, man. I'm your host, Lee, man. I've been seeing your content consistently, just giving out game, man. Uh, you must know a lot, man. I see, man. You study. Uh, how did you get in the field that you in now? Like for real, just giving out game.
That's funny. You know, you live and you learn.
Uh-huh.
That's just how it is, man. You live and you learn. You know, and I lived a crazy life, man. It's like I think about that movie Slumdog Millionaire. Like this kid had all the answers to every question this dude asked him because he actually lived it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, I've been through every kind of problem and situation you could probably think of in life, man. And I figured it out. You know, a lot of people say, you know, God was with you, people was praying or whatever it was. I survived it, man. So I just got all these stories to tell over the last 50 plus years, you know, even from when I was a kid. I had fucking crazy stories as a child, man. Just, you know, growing up in Detroit from the 60s and early 70s and 80s. It was, you know, I'm born in the 60s, late 60s. So I come up all through the 70s. Times was different, you know. And so we experienced different things than, you know, the kids do nowadays. So I just know different situations and how I survived. And you know, it was different things happened. I didn't know if I was gonna survive, but I came through. So I just got stories to tell, man. Then, you know, I had a lot of money too. So, you know, I learned how to manage money, spend money, make money all through losing all my money, you know. So just life experiences, man.
For sure. Can you tell me about your upbringing in Detroit? Like, what area you from, man?
I'm from the west side. West side of Detroit, man. I stayed between Schaefer and Puritan and 6 Mile and Hubble, that little community, man. And while we got older growing up, my teenage years, they nicknamed that place the Bronx, you know. And if you know, you know.
For sure. What inspires you to become an entrepreneur?
Well, you know, when we was kids, we hustled, man. You know, if we seen opportunity, we took it. We washed cars when we was kids. I used to wash a lady across the street car. You know, she used to come, bring the hose out, bucket, soap, and water, give me $5 to wash her car. So back then, it was a form of money. So I washed her car, the other neighbor. So it was just like I was a hustler from long time ago, man. You know, from coming up. We raked leaves, we shoveled snow, we did anything we could. We cleaned up. Man across the street had ice cream trucks. We rode on ice cream trucks selling ice cream. It was just a different era, I guess, man. Same opportunities out here, man. It's just kids grow up different than I did, you know.
Um, you growing up in the '70s and late '60s, it was a more black culture entrepreneurship, right? Like,
Yeah, but that was a change in time, man. You know, from the '60s it was totally different than the '70s.
mm,
The '60s was a revolution. The '70s was like a get high period, and that's what happened, man. They flooded, you know, after the war, Vietnam. I'm taking you back.
right.
You know, people came home from there. My father, uncles, all them went to war. So when they came back from that, you know, a lot of these dudes was on drugs. Thank God my dad wasn't, but you know, his brothers was, and they died, man, from drug overdoses, man, when I was a kid. So I seen a lot of shit go on, man. And like I say, the '60s and '70s was two different eras, just like
Mm.
the '80s. When the '80s came, it was really a drug infested situation in the city of Detroit, you know? So it was a whole turn of events from black culture to black degradation, man, black destruction. It just was a turning point, you know.
Uh,
Yeah.
when you it was a lot of the city was it getting started getting ate up in the 70s.
Yep. And see here, this was when the Arab community start moving in. Blacks owned some liquor stores and gas stations and different things, but then the Arabs came in and start cashing them out. Like they was paying them whatever they wanted because these was a different group of Arabs than these Chaldeans you see nowadays. These young dudes that act like they the brothers, you know. So it was a different group, man. It was these people was totally different, and they had loan money, man. They had that Arab money, so they was coming to buy all the gas stations, all the liquor stores. And the problem was a lot of black people had lost that unity, so they weren't spending money with the black folks. Just like to this day, we still beg for black folks business in our black businesses. We still ask for, hey, come shop with us. We black owned. We shouldn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? That should be a given. Everybody knows. Spend our money in our community. But we lost that neighborhood. Now it's just the hood. It ain't neighborly no more. It's just the hood. So they took the neighbor out the hood. So now we from this hood, that hood ain't no neighborhood. You feel me?
Mm.
All right, that's what happened.
Do you think our community? I mean, what you already infiltrated, like to keep us divided. You just us being. Do you think that plays a big part on just even the drugs? Because we didn't drop the drugs off in the hood, and you know what I'm saying. We ain't. You think the redlining and not getting loans, and what do you think happened right there?
It's all systematic, man. It's
Mm,
just like the school system. You know, it's not built to teach you to be nothing but a worker.
right.
You know, so all the schools our kids went to, vocational schools, whatever schools they went to, it basically taught you to be a worker, just like they used to have carpentry, plumbing, and all that. So now they took it out of the high schools and they put it in these other community colleges and different programs. You got to get in to do it. It's still available, but it's not as available as it was in the 80s when kids was coming out of school being electricians, coming out of school being a plumber, coming out of school being a mechanic. They had auto mechanic class when I went to school. They had an engine block in the class. They had a teacher that knew everything about motors. So they took that,
Wow.
yeah, they took that skill set out of the schools. And then, the schools ain't changed. It's still the same textbook, same criteria, same BS education because it's not designed to educate you. The shit I learned was through experience, man. You know, and when I was younger, I came out of high school and went straight to the Air Force. So I was in the United States Air Force talking to my friends back home. They telling me they selling dope, they buying Cadillacs, Camaros, they got Mustangs, and I'm sitting up in here getting $250 every 2 weeks.
Mm, I don't
So
know.
it's a system, man. That them drugs came, and it was like a opportunity to get rich. That was the face of it, but it was really opportunity to die, opportunity to go to prison, opportunity to become addicted, and that happened more than anybody getting rich.
Mm,
More people got killed, addicted, went to prison, and all the bad stuff, opposed to getting rich. Even the guys got rich, they end up getting killed or going to prison, losing it all. It was a setup. It's a cold setup.
dang. So when y'all got out of high school, y'all already had trades that at 18 to be able to make money,
17,
good
16,
money straight out
18,
of high school.
straight out of high school, you already know how to do HVAC. You already know all the stuff about auto mechanic because they had auto mechanic class 1, 2, 3. You get out of there, man. You build a motor. Dude, I had a car when I was 19. Me and my boy Embrae built the whole top half of my block. We took the heads off the intake, carburetor, took all the plugs out. We rebuilt the whole top half of the motor in one day. I
Dang.
was 19.
Just imagine with that knowledge at 19. That
Yep.
plays a big part in the community because it ain't like they want to do it. It's just they don't have the skills. Y'all,
Let me tell you something about that. When you raised up into doing something, like you learning something as a kid all the way up then, that's, it's instilled in you. When you turn 17, 18, 19, it's hard to teach somebody like that who they had other things instilled into them, even if it was playing video games all day. Like we had video games not as advanced and high tech as this stuff, but we played video games, but we wanted to go outside and play more than that. Then we had arcades with live size games we used to go play, but it cost money. So everybody had quarters and 50 cents to play this. So we played games like Fuck 'em Up. We played games like Catch or anything, man. Like I say, man, it was a different era. Different era, brother.
How has the entrepreneur landscape in Detroit changed over the recent years?
Well, honestly, I see more black people getting involved in entrepreneurship. I see a lot more black people doing businesses opposed to in the 90s or like the early 2000s. It seemed like, black people is trying a little more to open these businesses and compete,
Hmm.
you know. So it's coming along. I wish we owned more liquor stores. I wish we could group together and get our money together and own some of these liquor stores because they're available. These Chaldeans are selling. They'll sell anything, man. They done made their money,
Right.
So we need to get involved with more commercial businesses and have our people work and serve our folks, man. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure, because we do need more liquor stores black owned, man. I think that'd be good for the community because it it'll keep our people united. You know what I'm saying? In the way of if Lil Willie on BS, you can call Big Willie and say, look, I just seen Lil Willie at the liquor store. We don't have that. You get what I'm saying? That community base where it protect. Like Lil Willie and his friends got that. You know what I'm saying? Go get him. You pull up on your son because the guy at the liquor store told you. You know what I'm saying? And that community base it plays a big part on the infrastructure, and I think it starts with uh, business. Owning our black businesses in our community can change the whole landscape. Not financially, it's just to keep each other in line. What you think about that?
Yeah, yeah, that's that would help. The problem is man, Lil Willie might be messing up, and we don't know where Big Willie at. Or Big Willie, or the daddy that play video games all day and
Mm.
smoke weed with Lil Willie, so they on the same page.
Nowadays.
The yeah,
No, that's
back then, yeah, you call my, I would be dread somebody call my mom or pops and say this dude down here messing up, cause I'm getting, man, lashed. But it's different nowadays, man. And most of these young dudes is raised by single mothers because when the father around, a cat gonna act a certain way because he got that stability from a father. Like, yo, my man, you can't do this and that. That pull your pants up. So most of these cats ain't around their father like that. So us owning the liquor stores to me is more so. Providing jobs for our folks, having ownership, making money that we can invest into other things and live a better life. Because that's what we watching them do. They own the liquor stores, they providing jobs, they investing in better livelihood. They sending their kids to college with this money. So we could do the same thing. We could buy the stores. So, it's a point to do you want to work or not? Do you want to open up and close every day? That's the thing. So, black people, I won't say lazy, but they didn't got content. They comfortable letting them people wait on them. They comfortable not owning this or that. They comfortable in the zone they in. And that's not good. When you comfortable, you ain't gonna progress. You comfortable being a slave. You comfortable having the bare minimum. So, entrepreneurship is for somebody who ain't comfortable, man. They want more. They want to live a better life. So that's why they do it by themselves. And they gonna believe in themselves. They gonna make that shit happen, man.
For
So
sure.
We need more entrepreneurship, even though it's looking good. We doing good as a black community, but let's do more. Let's work together. Even families, a lot of us, our own family won't work with each other, or we can't get our friends to come together and do something. So a lot of time we need to get some unity in the community, man, and that'll help us build a better financial structure.
For sure. Do you got any idea how could we do that?
Yeah, you got to get around like-minded people. You got to open up an organization. You got to advertise. You got to pick a president. You got to pick somebody who has got the intelligence, wherewithal, and connections to make these things happen. We got to have a meeting. We got to come up with a plan. You might be in a position to help, but you're not the right person for the position we need. So play the position that may be lesser. See, if everybody want to be the boss, that's no good. We got the chief and Indian syndrome. Everybody chiefs is no Indians. So if I could work with somebody got a better plan than me, I'm willing to put my time, effort, and energy into that. I like what you're saying. I like what you're doing. I like the plan. Here's the plan. Let's stick to the plan. So who devised this plan? Who architected this plan? Okay, I want to listen to him. He got intelligence. This a gravy plan. This is beautiful. Look at the numbers. So we need a community organization. We need what's called a leader. So that's the first step. We got to get somebody who the people could believe in that could lead us to a better position in life, man. You know. So that's part of the solution right there.
For sure. I see you be out in the community. You know what I'm saying? Um, Doing a ride us recording. You know what I'm saying with the police. How did you get into that though? Do they let people come along a lot to see what's going on in the community? What is that called?
Yeah, they run your information. You got to be clean cut to do that. They don't just let anybody ride.
Hmm.
And so, I know police officers from going to school with them. I know some of them from not such good situations, but I got a cousin that's a police officer. So what it is, man. One day I was like, you know what, man, because I be talking to my cousin a lot. He be working on houses too. He trying his best. He a younger dude, so I help him much as I can, and I show him how to trade stocks. We make money doing different things. So I was like, one day I just was like, you know what, man, all police ain't the same, and this stigmatism about police, want to kill black. My cousin black, he brown skinned brother, handsome dude, tall, straight up guy, got kids, a wife. He go to work every day, and he is for the greater good. He get more breaks than he do damage. So a lot of people need to understand the relationship between the police and the community. Yeah, we got bad cops, we got bad firemen, we got bad people work at CVS. So we can't say all police is bad or all police is good, all black people bad or all black people good. We can't say nothing about all white people, all nothing is good and all bad. It's a balance, man. And I try to bridge this gap and let people know the relationship between the police and the community is like husband and wife, meaning the police is the husband, the community is the wife. And just like in a marriage, the wife don't understand what the husband go through every day at work to make everything and to provide and to pay all the bills, the mortgage, and make sure she's straight and all this. So this is just how the police is. They out here doing all kind of stuff, man, to keep a safe community for everybody. And the people always complaining. The people always got something to say. See, I've been on both sides of the law, man. And I just choose to fly straight right now. So I be trying to show folks that, like, if we understood the dynamics of this department, just like the fire department, if we understood the dynamics of the police department and how much we need them, we'd show them a little more gratitude and a little more respect. You gotta give respect to get respect, man. You know, and shit, to be truthful with you, that's the biggest gang in the city, homie. And they got more guns than anybody. So whose side you think I want to be on? Yeah, but it also put me in a position where I'm getting vetted right now, where I can go in these schools and talk to these kids. See,
Mm,
that's important to me. I got a theory and a old saying, each one teach one. So I'm trying to teach these kids different skill sets and different mentalities and conflict resolution. So when they get out in the world, they got options. They ain't confused, because I was confused. Even though I had cool parents, man, my parents didn't have the experience I had at this day and time. So they didn't know how to deal with this era, just like we don't know how to deal with this era of our kids. We like, what's wrong with these kids? So our parents did the same thing. We had different drugs coming into the market. Crack was on the scene. We had all kind of stuff. So the parents was dealing with just like us as parents dealing with. So it's just it's just like, man, you got to get an understanding, man, and you got to have logical thinking and not emotional thinking out here in this world. And that's basically what I be trying to promote, man. I be trying to give people a different perspective on life from my view and my angle and my experience.
that's what's up, man. I see you doing it, man. Every chance I look up, I see you posting something, just giving some game out, man, for sure. Can you describe a major challenge you faced as an entrepreneur and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like when you first start off, you got a plan, idea, you got vision. You like, oh man, I see this. But this your plan, this your idea, this your vision. So when you get asking people for help, you don't have the money, the funds, you don't have all the assets you need to make it happen. That's challenging, man. And it's to the point where you just got to keep believing in yourself and keep going, keep going. And once you do get to a point of success where people do want to help you, accept the help. Don't look back and say, "Oh, these the same people didn't believe in me."
Mm,
Yeah, they didn't, because you had an idea, a dream. So you got to make it happen. You got to prove yourself. And once you do that, then people want to come and participate. Until then, you got to work by you. You got to prove yourself. You got to make it happen, man. And that's really challenging when you're doing all this by yourself, without family, without friends, without a partner. You just doing it by yourself, man. That's tough.
that's
That's
tough,
challenging.
for sure. How do you identify the market needs and gaps in your businesses?
Well, in any business, man, you got ups and downs. Every day in a sunny day, and that's life. So, you just got to keep your overhead down.
Mm,
And you know what I mean? You got to work too. Like I was at the point I had to work every day. Thank God, right now I'm making enough money to hire people, so I got people working at my stores instead of me standing behind the counter all day, and then that give me opportunity to go do something else to make other things happen.
Uh,
Yep. So you just gotta stay on top of it, man. You gotta have your numbers game together when you're an entrepreneur. You gotta be on your game, man. That's all I can tell you. And you gotta work. You don't think it's a piece of cake. You smart, your idea gonna just work perfectly. No, man, you gotta make it work. You gotta put some elbow grease in it. You gotta work, man. Consistent too. You gotta be consistent every day. I'm open 7 days a week. I was open days. Nobody open Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. I'm at the store. I was like the Arabs. They open, okay. I'm open too. So you gotta have that mentality, man.
what field of business you in? I know you own multiple business, but
Yeah, I got packaging stores. I sell packaging in the city of Detroit. I own the bag stations. We got one on Gratiot and 94, and we got one on 6 Mile and Freeland. And I just sell packaging, man, custom packaging. I sell packaging for dog food, clothes. Everybody want the weed bags. I got them. I make custom bags. So, you know, uh, we do that. Uh, that's one thing. And then, I buy and sell houses. I do rehabs. I do roofing, kitchens. If you need something done in your house, I just hire my crew, subcontract them to do it. I trade stocks. I get up every day, see what the market doing. I watch Bloomberg News to stay abreast of the markets and the movements. And you know, them about the three things I do. I'm getting ready to get into this social media business. We're getting ready to open up we're getting ready to start the Game Coach podcast, and I think that's gonna be really big, man. So, yep, I just try to do two, three, four different things, have sources of income, rent out a property here and there, get some monthly income. So, you got to set yourself up to win, man. And the more sources of income you have, the more money you got to use. Because money is just a tool, man. You got to learn how to use it or you will lose it, you know.
For sure. What some qualities you think that's essential for successful entrepreneurs?
Some qualities. Being on time, consistency, uh, money management is number one. You have to have vision too, man. You have to know your demographic, what people want to buy or consume in this area. You have to learn how to set up online shopping. You know, it don't hurt to have a team, a partnership, but like I say, you got to be with like-minded people. A lot of these things you need to learn on your own or get somebody to help you and teach you and, you know, but you got to have money management skills, number one. You can't like to hang out and spend money and you trying to start a business. That's not going to work at all, unless your business is hanging out. You have to have consistency. You can't want to do it 4 days a week and 3 days you're doing something else. No, you got to be every day gun ho. You got to have money management, consistency, and vision, man. You got to have vision and believe in yourself, man. You can't let nothing doubt you because people will say, oh, I see you opening up a little bag store. Or I see you open up a little taco stand or little this, little this and little that. You can't let them words affect you, man. You got to be a visionary, strong minded, money management skill, and be consistent, man. Yep. Them your main three things.
Yeah, for sure. When you speaking on money management, um, for some people that's working a job, what's some advice you can give to them if they want to get off an entrepreneurship, working a 9 to 5?
That's a good question, man. I would keep the job if that's what's sustaining your lifestyle, but I would get a side hustle. Whatever your vision is, your dream, start doing it on the side when you ain't off at work. Even when you at work, any free time you get, work on your side hustle. Start having a product for sale. Get something that generates you money. It gets you income where you got extra money every month. So, the job cool. Some people got some really good jobs, man. So, ain't nothing wrong with a job, but get you a side hustle along with that job so you got two sources of income. One to sustain yourself and the other one to save
For sure.
so you can invest.
Uh, I had learned when I was working. Entrepreneur had told me to take advantage of the low hanging fruit, and that was like the 401k. What's your input on that?
401k is based on the stock market, man.
Hmm.
And you investing your money with somebody that is kind of, they're not guaranteeing you any money, but they're telling you we're gonna invest your money to the best of our ability, et cetera, based on the market, et cetera. So if I was gonna do a 401k, I would just learn how to trade stocks. I would just learn stock options. I would just learn what they doing with my money, and I would try to do it myself instead of leaving them. Hey, listen, I know guys have 401ks 20 years, and when they got out, the market was down, so their money wasn't nothing. Now, had they been buying gold and silver for 20 years instead of putting their money in that, it would have been worth way more money than the 401k. So I would invest in precious metals before I had a 401k.
Do you think like for the people that's just not investing at all, do you think that like that's one of the steps they should take because they can borrow from it and start an investment? What do you think? Because you know what I'm saying.
Well, some people got, I want to say maybe a retirement or a pension.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they quit working, they going to get so many thousands a month with Social Security, et cetera. So they got a safe zone. That's not bad to have. Shit, I wish I had it. But if you don't have that, I suggest you try to get you some rental property, or I would just start buying precious metals as much as I can. Start with silver. Buy an ounce a week or ounce a month or whatever you could afford. And I would invest in that before I just let my money
That's
sit,
it.
because money is going to depreciate through inflation. Because what you could buy now, 20 years from now, that same 10,000 ain't going to be worth nothing. But if you would
Mm,
have been buying silver, and silver and gold keep going up as it historically does, then you'll have more than what you would just save in cash. So you got to learn. That's part of money management. You got to
mm.
learn how to manage money.
If somebody had like 10,000 sitting, what you recommend them to do with it?
Hmm. I'm not a financial advisor, but
Well,
if I had 10,000 sitting, I would probably put it in a stock option for about 3 years. I would figure out what stock option I would research, figure out what's moving, what I predict, et cetera, et cetera. And me, I would put the 10,000 in the market, because I bought options that went up 1,000%. So
mm,
if I had 10,000, I got lucky, and it goes up 1,000%. My 10,000, 100,000. If it go up double, I'm 20,000. But if it just sit there, it ain't gonna do nothing but depreciate. So I would find an investment to put it in where I felt safe.
for
And
sure.
the worst investment to me, because I had this knowledge, would
Hmm.
be silver and gold. And that ain't bad. That's better than that money sitting. I tell you that.
You had a silver block. I seen you on the internet, and you said you wish you would have sold it.
Yeah, I bought that. It was 100-ounce bar of silver I posted on my Tony Diamond's Instagram page. And I had paid $2,200 for it. 23, 2,500. I forgot. It was somewhere around there. I bought it about 2 years ago. So silver has went up 3, 4 times. Silver was 120 an ounce. For 100 ounces, that was 12,000. So I could have sold it for 12,000. I only paid 2,500 for it. So I could have got $12,000. And the day after I didn't sell it, a guy was standing there trying to buy it from me. And the day I didn't sell it, it shot back down. It dropped back to $80, $70 an ounce, and I was
Mm.
devastated. So I was like, "Damn, you could have sold it for the 12,000 and bought it back for 7." You know, so that's why I said. But it's still, I'm up 3 times what I pay right now. So it wasn't a bad investment.
Uh,
Just wish I'd have sold it at the proper time. And that's how the market is, the stocks too. If you got an investment you spent $100 on, it's up to 350, sell it. What are you holding it for? You being greedy at that point. And
mm,
that's what made me sick. I was really being greedy. But
damn.
that's neither here nor there. I still got it. It's gonna shoot back up.
What role does networking plays in your entrepreneur journey?
Networking. Well, uh, you need networking, because you want to get out there. You want to mingle with the other business people. You want to associate yourself with folks that need your products. So that's a very big part of the business world. Networking. Got to get out here and network.
Sure. For the people that's an introvert, what's some advice you can give to them on networking?
Mm. Well, if you don't want to get out, you got to do it online, virtually. Then you got AI now. You could make yourself into a cartoon person. You can do anything. You could make yourself uh, a, a reality person. And AI, hey, I want to do this. Make me talk to these people. Say this message. Do this, that, the other, and they'll set it up for you. You got a lot of tools out here to win, man. So you just got to get out there.
What are the key areas where you think people often lack knowledge about money and investments?
Wow. Well, if you're not exposed to it, man, it's hard to grasp the concept. If you used to live in a certain way, man, and you never learned about money management, and you never been around people who made investments, and it's foreign to you. It's like somebody speaking Chinese.
Mm.
So you got to get involved. You got to Google it. You got Google nowadays. Anybody can Google. That's a blessing. Like I say, it's a lot of tools out here to win, man. You just gotta apply yourself.
You spoke something about AI. We living in the world of AI. What do you think is for people using it in their businesses? Do you implement it yet?
Well, I have someone working with me. They kind of do different things, but we're not using a lot of AI. We pretty much is like a mom and pop store. We got physical locations.
Hmm.
We got an online store too, DetroitBagStation.com, and we do sales all over the place. But we don't really use a lot of AI.
Okay. What initially drew you to the stock investing?
I'm sorry, I hear you.
What initially drew you to stock investing?
Oh wow. I learned how to trade stocks in prison, man. I was locked up, and that's a lot of guys in there was talking about stocks, and I got transferred out to Texas, and I met this dude. I was in the Dallas Fort Worth Federal Correctional Institution, and I met this dude from Trinidad and Tobago, and oh man, he was so informative and smart, and he used to get this IBD paper, Investor Business Daily. And we used to read this newspaper and see all the stocks, and he would, just be working his numbers. And so he started teaching the class, man. And I got a book, and I was in the class. I was at the top of the class because I had so much money before I went to prison, and I went to prison damn near broke. I lost everything, man. And so I was in there just going through it. So when I met this dude, it just blew my mind. Like, damn, if I would have knew this, I'd have been super rich. Like I'd have been a super millionaire. And so it just blew my mind, man. And I just stuck with him. I just started hanging with this dude every day, learning everything he knew. So he pretty much taught me how to trade. So when I got home, I didn't have no money to trade. I was asking dudes, man, loan me 5,000. Do this, do that. And that nobody was like you say, what's a struggle when you be an entrepreneur? Nobody believe in you. So I finally got some money and started trade. Next thing you know, man, I turned 3,000 into 30, 30,000 into 300, 300 into 400. I started buying houses. It was crazy. It was crazy. I actually snatched damn near all that money and started just buying property and fixing it. And like now, I just go on the market and make moves. Some days I'll buy something and sell it the next day. I made 12, 1300. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy to have that skill. I actually want to start teaching that uh, in the near future, man. Start teaching our folks how to trade stocks and about stock options. It's a crazy game.
What is stock options though? Like, what is exactly it is? Like you place a bet and then
There's
you
no bet.
okay.
This is not gambling. There's no bet. It's actually, to me, it's a calculated risk. So you studying what you investing in. You try to understand the company, their products, the market, their financials, and then you make a move. And an option is basically a contract based on 100 shares, a portion. You get 100 shares per option. And you have a put option and a call option. A put option, you are betting, betting. You are determining that the stock is going to go down. In a call option, you're determining that the stock is going up. So you have expiration date with options. Each option has an expiration date. And it depends on how far off the expiration date is. It depends on the price of the option. So options vary in price based on expiration dates. I mean, we'll get into that later, but options are basically contracts of stock where you get 100 shares for a certain period of time based on whether it go up or down.
How do you approach researching potential investments?
Well, you have to research the company. You know, you have to look into that company and see what their numbers are, their current quarterly income, the annual income, what's new with the company, what's their new products, why is everybody getting with them, uh, who are the big players investing in them. You gotta look at the market direction. There's a few things factor into that.
Yeah, for sure. I listen to Warren Buffett like every other morning on YouTube, and he's so big on investment. Like his mindset, like I tell people, listen to Warren Buffett along, it'll change your mindset. Like far as investing your money, like what he did with Coca Cola, and just his whole mindset. What's the other guy? Charles Morgan. I listen to them guys, bro, and it's just like I see why where they at. And I try to stay listening to him at least every morning when I'm in the car, because when I listen to Warren, for some strange reason, I end up making a couple dollars. And I think like you have to get in that frequency, like them rich elites, like you know what I'm saying. It's like a different mindset with them guys, the way they perceive life. Of course, when I hear you talk, and I was like, it's really not, people don't know because they know about stocks, but it's your perception about stocks. And when like I said, I started with my 401k. I was just putting a little couple dollars in there when I was working. The guy at my job, he was like, man, look, do this. And he's showing me, he taking the money, borrowing the money from his 401k, going to buy real estate. He paid it back, took it playing with stocks in his E-Trade account. So I say, damn. You know what I'm saying? I say, nigga, oh, this is the game right here though. Like you could take this money, double up, pay them back, double that. Now you got free. Like the game is all cold, man. Once you have that perception of messing with stocks, dude.
He using the tool as money. I mean, he using the money as a tool. As I said earlier, money is a tool. You gotta know how to use it. And see, you listening to Warren Buffett and them, man. Let me explain something. Money talk. When you hear money talking, man, it's interesting. And money smart. Money gonna go where it knows how to be used. If you don't know how to use money, it's gonna go somewhere where it can be used properly. That means money gonna leave your hand and go to somebody else's hand. Whether you buy clothes, shoes, jewelry, rims, unnecessary stuff, you buying all the Hennessy and whatever you can waste your money on, you wasting it, and the money gonna travel to the hands of somebody who's not gonna waste it. They gonna manage it. They gonna monopolize it. They gonna make it happen. So yeah, it's good to be around folks and listen to money talk, man. It makes sense. It gives you a different perspective.
Yeah, and you giving out the game, like I know you didn't help so many people off the information you giving them, because I done heard some stuff you said. I said, dang, that makes sense. It's just people just they don't have we access to the information, but if you don't tell yourself a program, like if you want to learn the game, you can easily go to your page and get your perspective. Like what would dog do if he seek this real estate? You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, what would you do? This is a good investment. This house, if I had an extra 30, I would get, like, for somebody to be like, damn, if I got an extra 30, I need to go, get a, you know what I'm saying? So it's so much information out there, man, to change people's lives, man. And I'm so happy that somebody from the city like you is is talking about them type of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't really know that many people out there that's from the city that's talking the talk. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So to me, I just look at you. I'm like, you one of the ones that got the edge because you hitting a market that ain't been hit in the city. We don't got too many guys. They talking about BS most of the time. You over here giving out game, real estate information, stock information, talking about silver. So it's like when you create that podcast, it ain't got no choice but to blow because you like the only person, the niche in the city that's doing that right now.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. A lot of cats talk about theyself, but they ain't really got much to say. You know, it's to brag about yourself is crazy. I'd rather somebody else say something about me than me going around saying, what kind of guy I am. But anyway, yeah, that's why I call myself the game coach. I'm giving you the game. I'm straight. So I'd rather see everybody doing a little better, man, than doing bad. If we was all making money, we was all making moves, it'd be a lot, more mellow place. A lot of people problems based on their financial situation, you know. So I'm trying to give folks some game so they can come out that rut and that's, live a better life. Actually, I did it. I came back from prison and left the drugs alone, man. I miss selling drugs. Not really miss selling drugs. I miss that money, man. That was crazy bread. It was days I made money, man. You wouldn't believe. You know, it was crazy. So but that's not something that you need to be doing when it's other ways to make money where you don't have to jeopardize your life for others, because that's a crazy game to live and play.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Uh, you know what I'm saying? They say like hustling, selling drugs just play it out. What,
It is, man. That's a goofy game, man. That's ain't nothing happening with that, man. And if you talk to a guy like me, older guys, they don't want nothing to do with it because they live that life. They survive. You know what I mean? Family members I got dead and friends dead from selling drugs, and it's sad, man. I miss my peoples, man. And if we'd have knew better, we'd have did better. We got caught up in that shit, man.
uh, you going to prison and you learning the stocks game. Do you think that was one of the best things that happened for you?
Yeah, yep, yep. Me going to prison was a reset, man. I was a wild dude, man. So, when I went to prison, I finally got a chance to put my shit in park and just see life as it really was, man. And it was like a transformation. Even when I first got out, I still had that street in me. I was still mentally not, all the way there, but through me really wanting to change and do better, I just every year I get better and better as a person, man. So I be thanking God for saving me, thanking the universe, this world for keeping me, because now I got an opportunity to do good for everybody, not just myself. I can help so many people. So it's like I was saved because I got some family members. They was good dudes, man. They gone. So I look at myself like you were saved for a reason, homie. Just do what's right.
Yeah, I mean, like when I don't know, Wall Street Trapper, and he went to prison, and a white boy put him up on stocks. And like for me, like how I look at prison, that's where the people were with all the information. They there because of the shit that they. You get what I'm saying?
it's, it,
That's where the ill game at.
Guess what, man? It ain't even that. They out here too. You ain't got to go to prison to learn
No,
stocks.
but
But
they the
no,
ones that
I hear you.
yeah.
They the ones in there. They the ones know it all. There's people out here too. The situation is when we out here on the streets as black men in the streets, our minds don't be right. So when they take us away from the environment, take us out the demographic, and we sitting in an institution. We in an institution where there's no drugs. There's drugs there, but not like that. There's no uh, 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 no opportunity. It's more opportunity to learn shit than it is to do wrong. So we as humans, we as black people, man, we as the good people, we tend to do good when we go in there, man, because we got opportunity to make a change. And that's basically what be happening. It don't be like, you know, because he went to prison, he got better. That's just where he got better. He'd have got better if he could have changed his mind and did something somewhere else. I made a post the other day. I said a lot of these young dudes need to leave this city and go somewhere else and start over. And that's all prison is. They sent me to Texas. And I met the people, a teacher taught me, and I came home with a different skill set. And dude, when I first came home, I was still thinking like how I'm gonna make some money. I was still willing to sell drugs. I just got lucky, man. Things worked out for me, and I had an idea, and this shit worked. If not, I probably would have went back to selling drugs in some way, shape, or form if I didn't make the money. But I did. I came back with that trade and stock skill set and the bag station, and I came up. But if I didn't, man, that was probably an alternative for me, and I thank God that it worked out, man. I didn't have to go back. I didn't have to turn around and go backwards. It was a blessing, man. I understand a guy when he get out of jail and get back in trouble. I understand recidivism. He felt like he didn't have a choice. Wasn't shit working for him. You gotta be strong minded, man. This a cold game out here, especially when you used to something. Just like I said, a guy might be used to something. When he turns a certain age, it's hard to show him a new game. So that's a life altering situation to go to prison. It's life altering, man. Like a cat like Big Meese. This dude did 20 plus years, man. Dog, he's in prison more than he was a baller. That's a cold stunt, man. It's a cold stint to do, dog.
For
That's
sure.
that's cold, man. It take a hell of a nigga to come back and get his shit together, man. That's a hell of some niggas give up, you know.
That's crazy. What's so crazy? You said that my old dude did 21 years in prison before
Mm.
I was born. He got locked up January. I was born March. And you right though. It takes a different type of breed. You feel me? To create and come out here and do them things though. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be want to go back to the old ways and doing the old things, and they just don't be really understanding people for real that come out and like you said, like you be understanding why people go back. You know what I'm saying? Because
Man,
they don't really got they don't know nothing else for real. Like they don't got the helping hand. You know what I'm saying? It took a minute. Now my daddy got a pest control company. He came out, been out for like 10 years, but entrepreneurship, you know what I'm saying? Came out doing his own thing. So you right, bro. And I witnessed that firsthand though. You know what I'm saying? And for me, like how I look at the world, bro, I feel like wherever you plant your mind, them seeds will grow. And that's why I be like, I want to get to talking to people because I got a cold perspective about life. Um, I just think people they don't understand how the mind work. I think the mind is the most important thing in the world. Like if they knew the power behind the mind, that alone, I feel like they should teach mind classes in school because then you will be careful of where you put your attention. Uh, because whatever you plant in the mind is going to develop and grow stronger to it, and then it's going to start figuring this shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, when I was just reading about stocks, it started figuring shit. This is the ETF. This is why this, you know what I'm saying? It just started figuring shit out. Like, the power of the mind, once you gain so much, keep gaining information about it. And I think the mind should be talked about more uh, than entrepreneurship because people need to know how to have the mindset. What you think about that?
the mind control the body, man. You know, even your rehabilitation in prison, it starts in the mind, man. And if your mind ain't right, ain't none of this gonna be right.
Support.
If you can't get focused and see your faults and you take accountability and say, you know what, I gotta change. It's just like somebody getting high,
Mm.
or getting alcoholic. When you gonna take accountability and say, you know what, I gotta stop. So it's the mind, man. The mind control the body. The mind makes all the moves, man. So without that, if that ain't if that ain't intact and that ain't right, ain't nothing gonna be right.
Right, because you can give somebody some information, be like, why that person, they mind not right. And then you can give
That's
me
it.
the information and I know exactly what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like it's not hard to be successful and rich. I think that is the most easiest thing to do. I think people make it complex and thinking that it's hard because, like you said, once you understand money is a tool and you look at money as a tool, when some people hear money, they hear tool. Some people hear money, they think spending. If you hear money and think of tool, your whole perspective on what you do with your dollars is a whole outlook better on your life because you looking at it always as a tool. Most individuals looking at to spend and consume. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's people like you and other people that's successful because of the mindset. Like I say,
Yep.
I didn't get game when I was when I was growing up on just entrepreneurship. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't know. But then I was always taught from my mother told me like leave them credit cards alone. I never touched credit until I was 27. I say, damn, ma, I would have been rich. I would have been knew what to do. I could have been establishing this, doing what I'm doing, flipping real estate, going to get a contract, uh, getting a loan for a contract, fixing a house. It was just so many things that I could have got and did with all between that ages of 18 and 27. It would have gave me the air to fail. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's like when you ain't got that mindset, it's done. So I feel like the mindset is everything, man. I feel like that's what should be taught before entrepreneurship, man. Because you can give a person a game, they ain't got that mindset, it's a done deal.
Yeah, man. You can say that again.
People getting it together though, man. I work brothers like Earning Leisure, Troy and Rashad, Myron Golden, all these type brothers, man. They be doing their thing, man. And the information is out there. At the end of the day, the information is out there for people to change their life and get a better direction in life, man. I know you hip to Troy and Rashad, Earning Leisure. The
Who's it?
brother, Earning Leisure. Oh, it's some brothers from New York. They got a podcast,
Okay.
media company. They be having summits and all that, and they just be teaching entrepreneur. They be having people like Steve Harvey on there. They be doing summits every year. I think it be in Atlanta. But these two black brothers that started this and actually doing their thing with it, man. And I'm like, these brothers, they started with an iPhone. And this is what I tell people. We live in a world today, it's so easy to get on. It's so easy to get on. Like, it's not even hard to build a platform, a face. We live in the world. We live in this world where your phone can, I make more money off my phone than somebody going to work.
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of opportunity out here nowadays, man. It's a lot of tools to win,
Man,
so
we got it made, man. We got it made, man. Like, people was like, I got it. You ain't got to work no job. That's a choice.
well, like I said, man, working a job ain't bad. Some people jobs sustain their lifestyle, but get you a side hustle. You got to have you something you make money on the side. You got to have something you want to do, a hobby, something you like doing where you can make money and start pushing that on the side.
Yeah, for sure. But
So,
yeah, for sure. I agree 100%. But I'm a big person that's big on freedom. I think like when I quit working, when you be able to be free minded to able to say, I can sit in here all day and chill and think and come up with ideas. When you program into that 9 to 5, yeah, it's good money, but I think freedom override money. Because when you free to make the choices you want to make, when you not having to be programmed to go into a job for this amount of hours every single day, 5 days a week, you basically still stuck in the matrix. But when you get free from a job, you free to think, you free to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole different outlook. Cause like you right now, if you wanted to go out the country, your business can still run and you can go do what you want to do.
Yep,
You know
you're
what I'm
right.
saying? You free, like freedom. Cause I think freedom override money to me, man. Because I didn't experience that until I stopped working. I say this shit is just lit. Because when you, it ain't even about making the millions and millions. It's just about being free to be able to think.
Freedom do override money. Ask anybody in prison who got money, would they get the money to be free? They say yeah. So yeah, but at the same time, like I said, man, you know, just gotta find something you like doing. You
Yeah,
know,
support.
because that's a form of freedom too. I love doing this. So why how I'm working? If I love doing what I'm doing, how is that work?
Support.
Yeah, so that make a big difference, man.
For sure. Can you share any significant success or failures in your stock investment journey?
Yeah, uh, when I first started trading stocks, when I first got out, it was about 2018, somewhere around there. I had a bunch of people at the house, and we did some options with Tesla, and my cousin had gave me like $4,000 in his phone to invest, and then I had got like my money on my phone, so I was trading both. Matter of fact, my cousin gave me 7,000. I took his 7,000 all the way up to 40 some thousand when we was trading. And I think I had maybe 20. I was at 100 and some thousand, and I did not sell, and all of them went right back down. And that was the worst day I ever had. I mean, I took my cousin 7,000 to 40, something like 45. If I would have sold, his 7,000 would have been 45,000. Now my 20 grand was up to like 100 and I forgot, like 130, something like that. So if I would have sold, I would have been up 130,000. And when I seen it, I was like, oh shit, I'm finna buy me a Porsche. And man, within days, I was back down to 20, 25,000. And my cousin, his 40 some thousand was back down to like 10. So I sold
Oh,
all his stuff and just gave him his 10. He was pissed. He still made money, but he was like, man, why you didn't sell? And that was a real valuable lesson I learned, man. I was like, damn, you had it. And that was a lesson in greed. When you see that money sell, man, what is you waiting on? Because
support.
what's going to happen is what go up, going to come back down. So
That's
you
Wall
got
Street.
to learn how to pull the trigger. That's when I came up with that term. You got to learn how to pull that trigger. You got to shoot to kill right there. You up how much? Oh man! So now if I'm up 100%, I'm selling, and then I'll buy it back. If it keep going, I'll catch it again. I just, I learned a lesson. Agreed that day. Yep, that was the worst stock move I ever made.
Wow, man. I know you still think about it to
I
this
never
day.
forget it. It was a lesson learned. You pay for your lesson. The more you pay, the more you learn.
For sure. What role does diversify plays in your investment strategy?
I got money into everything. I got the stores, I got the houses, I got the stocks, and anything else I could hustle up on the side. So, like I say, I'm gonna get into this social media thing, maybe a little comedy. Who knows, man? I'm gonna see where it go.
That's what's up, brother. I want to dive into real estate. Uh, what's your perspective on the current real estate market in Detroit?
Detroit is a gold mine, man. Detroit is an investment gold mine. That's why uh, uh, so many so many companies come here. It's a company here called uh, uh, Realty Token or Invest Some Token. And they own about 700 houses, man. They got about 20, 30 LLCs, and they just buying up every piece of property they can. Yep. So, They know. We just don't know. We like you say, we don't have the understanding yet. So that's why I be spitting the game and putting it
Sure.
out there and trying to sell some houses too. Like some of these houses I bought, I didn't halfway fix them. I'm trying to sell them so somebody else can have an investment. People call me like, I got so much money I need to. I'm like, come on, but they don't move. They stagnant. They not sure. They feel uncomfortable. They not hip to the game. So I try to show and live by example. Like I got a house on Finline Street. We getting ready to be finished with that. I was offering that for 30,000 at first, then it went to 40, then it was at 45, and I just keep doing stuff to it. I putting the roof on, I'm in the garage, new this, I had the plumbing done, electrical. Now we fixed the drywall, so we just moving forward. You know, but
When you was talking about that company, did you hear about Trump was trying to sign something to quit letting these private equities companies buy?
yeah, it was passed. Some bills supposed to be passed where these big companies can't come by this residential property. So that's really a good thing. What they need to do is stop this tax robbery. Everybody who owned a house never really owned the property because you gotta pay taxes every year. And
Mm,
if you don't pay your taxes in 3 years, your house going to foreclosure. I own my grandfather's house now. He built this house in 1959. So we've been paying taxes on this house 70 years. So it's like, when do we stop paying taxes? Why am I still paying taxes on this house? But this is how the system's set up for you to never really own nothing. So we gotta get that. We gotta fight that too, man. That's something we need to address, man, and get rid of. Just like they say reparations. Black people should receive reparations. Yes, we should. Just like the Indians, just like the Jews, just like everybody else. So one reparation should be we shouldn't have to pay taxes on our property. If we own a home, why is we still paying? How is y'all taking anything from us at this point as black people? How will we allow them to take anything else from us? Y'all done took everything we got. So, y'all don't want to pay reparations. Now we can't, what? Come on, man. You can't come take my house, man. So we need to get a system in play for our people, man. And not everybody else. We run to everybody else's aid, but not ours.
mm.
This shit crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you with the taxes, cause I'm be paying my mama taxes every year. Just you know what I'm saying? Like that's robbery though. That is robbery right in your face. Like, come on, it's like when do you get a break though? Like, and you got to maintenance the house. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you live in a school area. You know what I'm saying? Just like they got to give people a break, man. How do you um how do you go about buying real estate? Like when you
Private owners,
mm,
tax auction, the same thing I wish they abolished. I try to play the game, man. You got to know the game, man. You got to learn how to play this game with these people, man. So when the tax auction come, I'll be ready. I'll buy me a property or two or three or four, whatever I could afford. I'm gonna buy some property, you know. But yeah, I buy from private owners too, and from real estate agents, whoever. If I find a deal, I try to get it.
for somebody that wanted, like, say for example, they got a abandoned house next door, what would be the steps for them? For somebody that's watching this, what would be the steps for them to go? How would they go about that?
First, try to find the owner. Run the address. Go downtown to 400 Monroe, above Fishbones, and believe it's the fifth floor. And they'll run the property address, tell you who own it or if they own it, and then you go through a process. You ask them how I need to get this house, or if it's a eyesore, or it's vacant, or it's just been dilapidated. They got programs. They either come tear it down or they'll let you buy it.
Are there any specific neighborhoods in Detroit that you think are emerging as an investment hotspot?
Uh, really the whole city, man. Ask the Mexicans. They down there in land bank buying every property they can. So they don't
Is
discriminate.
land bank where 400 Monroe at? Or where's land bank?
No, the land bank is on, I believe, Washington Boulevard, right there before you get to Jefferson.
You can go down there and purchase a house.
I think that's in the damn. It's in a historic building, a beautiful building on the corner. Yep, I think it's counterclockwise from the Penobscot building. No, that ain't the Penobscot. That's the Ford building. It's counterclockwise from the Ford building. I think it's on Washington Boulevard. They'll find it. All you gotta do is Google land bank.
I know they got it online, but of course you can go in there and purchase properties.
Yep, you can go online and do it, but you can go inside. They'll give you an appointment. They have somebody talk to you.
For sure. Yeah, people need to know that, man, because buying at a real estate, man. I remember in the pandemic, I had a chance to get a house. Oh, it was a nice, man. My homeboy was buying them. And that's why I say we got to come together as people because I should have got with somebody. My homeboy got with him and his cousin, and them niggas was buying houses, fixing them up, putting somebody in there, buying houses, fixing them. Them boys probably got about, I don't know, probably about 8 or 9 houses. Them coming together and was buying a house. He like, nigga, get your house, get your house. And not being in that mindset, that's why I say mindset is everything. Not being in that mindset and scared to take that jump, scared to take that risk. Well, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I missed out on an opportunity. It was a couple houses that I could have bought and hooked up, but I didn't. So that's why I say that mindset is everything. And that real estate, me learning and watching brothers talk about real estate and the value and how you can go take this, build this house up, bring a line of credit out, you know what I'm saying? Home equity credit, take that to go make an investment. You got a portfolio. You ain't got to have $1 million in cash. You got $1 million in real estate. You know what I'm saying? The game is just so deep. Like it's so deep that I I just see why people don't know because it's so deep. Like once you learn this shit, you're gonna be like, man, boom, boom, boom. You putting this shit together right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's a well-oiled machine, homie. Been going on.
For this, it's lit though. It's and I'm glad that it's more people, brothers, and people talking about it because it's helping people like me. Even though I own a crib, but I could have owned it 10 of them boys if I would have did the right thing and had my credit established, got a line of credit, got the roof fixed up on credit. It's just so many things, brother, that our brothers and sisters need to know for sure, man.
Yeah, you just got to get involved, man. You got to get involved, but knowledge is power.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Like buying cars and all that dumb stuff like that. I think just making dumb investments too.
it's a mentality, man. It's a mentality, brother.
What role do you think the government politics play in the local real estate market?
Wow. You know, all these loans is backed by the government. You know, you see FDIC, federally deposit insured corporation. You see that on the banks that they are behind the loans. So you can get a loan on your name, certain fact, but after so much money, is the government is backing the rest of that loan. So it depends on who you are and what's your track record. That you can or can't get a loan. And certain loans I can't get because I'm a felon. So I was turned down for a $400,000 loan 2 years ago. And I was approved, went through 3 days before closing. They was like, yeah, due to your criminal background check, we can't go forward with this loan. So I was depressed, like, damn, you almost had 400 to work with. So, yeah, that's, they play a role.
Damn, so it alone goes back to yo. Dang, that's
Whatever, however you sitting, your history. Yep.
I feel like that's why they be so infiltrating on the black community to mess up, bro. Because we get stripped of a lot of power. That 400,000, what you know what to do, I can just imagine.
A blessing.
You was man, man.
Lights out.
Finito, you would have did
Took
them.
me 3 days to get over that, man.
And
Yeah,
like, dang, brother, like, that's a $500,000.
close to it.
How do you evaluate the risk versus the reward in real estate investments?
Well, you got to look at the property, man. You know, where is it located? What it's going to cost to rehab it? What's the comps in that area? What's the house worth? So, you know, and then you calculate your time, how long it's going to take, and et cetera, et cetera. What else could I do besides this with my money in this period of time? So you have to look at all them factors and how attractive is this deal? Is this something going to fly, or I'm going to be stuck with this for 2, 3 years? So it's a few things factor in.
Sure, man. Well, I mean, I appreciate you stopping by, blessing the platform again, man.
That's what's up.
With your presence, man, it's an honor to sit down with one of the best to me in the city right now, hands down, on giving out this
Appreciate
game,
it.
bro. I just say keep it up, man.
Thanks. I
I,
ain't got no
I
choice.
I really appreciate you, bro. Like, I know the rest of the city do as well because the following growing and people engaging. But you for sure is one of the ones in the city that's encouraging entrepreneurship, and that's a good look, bro. Out of all the brothers in the city, you one of the ones that I see consistently with content coming across my screen, uh, telling us about real estate deals and just information and your perspective and everything, bro. We need more people that's seasoned in the game, bro.
That's what's
Uh,
up.
just being on both sides of the player field, I know your wisdom is crazy. I know it's more game that you even got in your brain, but I'll say that for another interview. But I appreciate you again, bro. Like I said, man, you got my support, man. Anything that I can do as far as the media side of things, when you drop the podcast, if I can refer to people and help the people get over there from what I got going on, man, I don't mind helping you, bro.
Appreciate it.
As one unit, bro. Got me over here thinking that we gotta move as one again, man, and keep that going, man. But I appreciate you again, man. And this is the episode of Detroit Got Celebrities, and we got the one and only, man, that's giving out entrepreneurship, investments, real estate, stocks, give you a game of everything. Life. Thanks
Appreciate
again,
it,
man. I
man.
thank you,
For
man.
sure.